But yeah, it looks good though.
Okay, cool.
Alright. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a little while to a new episode, New Tales Retold. I'm your host, Brandon. Join with me,
Dylan.
my brother Dylan. Today we're changing things up. We're steering away from Marvel. We're going a little on the gaming side. We're talking about Apex Legends.
Yes,
Our-
the game
our-
we just got into 3 months ago.
Yeah,
Well, I've played in the beginning a little bit
I played a little bit
and been
too.
on and
Yeah.
off since it's been out, and just recently started getting back into it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because before I even heard about this update, I downloaded the game. I don't know why. Something just told me. I'm like, yo, I want to try Apex because I saw it and I downloaded it. Tell me how a day later I read, oh, more Titanfall content coming to Apex. I'm like, oh, good thing I downloaded the game.
Yes. Because many of us gamers want more Titanfall.
It's Titanfall always. The bad part about Titanfall 2 is it released in a very bad window.
Yeah, in between two of the biggest games. I think was it Call of Duty
And Doom.
and Doom. Yeah. no, Battlefield and Doom.
Yes, it was Battlefield,
yeah,
and Doom.
right in
Yeah,
between those two. So
'cause it was Battlefield
gonna
1,
happen.
2. Battlefield
yeah.
1 and Doom.
So
What is Battlefield 1 and 4?
big established names. It's like an Apex, without really.
Titanfall was low key a flop. It was
Yeah.
great in the end, but in the beginning,
Yeah, no one
flopped.
appreciated it in the
yes,
beginning.
which was very disappointing because
Mhm.
everyone expected this whole story-driven game, which there was a little bit of story. Obviously, in Titanfall 2, they added a lot more.
Yeah.
But back to Apex.
Yes, back
You're
to
no
Apex.
Titanfall.
Although it's in the same universe. We got a big update. Arenas. We have a new game mode.
Yes, 3v3
Um,
elimination.
Yeah, which is different. I'm still indifferent about it when we
I
play.
like it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
still indifferent about it. I'm not sure. I guess it's just adjusting from that Battle Royale kind of mindset and then jumping into sort of a team deathmatch mindset afterward. Or let's say in between, because sometimes we'll jump from Battle Royale to arenas, so it's
Yeah.
like that could be maybe our issue instead of just sticking to one type of game mode. I don't know what it is.
I can
But-
see this game mode being extremely competitive.
Yes, it would make
Extremely
more sense
competitive.
too. It would make more sense.
Yeah.
It's much. You have to be much. I
have to be
think you have to be smarter. Yeah, I think you have to be
You have to be
smarter.
smarter. Because in the Battle Royale, you just gotta, survive.
Yeah, and then you can take advantage of another team third partying your fight
Yeah.
by getting out of the fight.
This one, you gotta take
and,
1v1s, 3v3s, 2v3s, 1v3s.
Yeah, there's no running in arenas.
Yeah.
You're stuck in that arena with them. So that probably makes sense. Shows my skill.
That's what I tell you though. Like, if you want to get better at your fights, arenas is the best way to do it.
I know. I hate arenas though.
Or-
I hate transitioning from
Or
Battle
we're
Royale
just gonna have to start
arenas.
playing Battle Royale and just straight hunting people down. Honestly, if you want to get better in those type of fights, you're gonna have to go and drop in with that big ass group of people. Like those people that drop off.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
please
if they drop
comment
off in
below
the middle.
If you experience this as much as we do, but we play games and before round 1 ends, half the squad are dead.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like we're at round 1, we landed where we land, and sometimes we'll land with people, sometimes people won't land with us, and regardless, we either finish our fight or get our loot, and it's relatively fast. 60 seconds, like we're in and out, and then we're on our way, and the next thing you know, half the squads are dead, and we're like, we just picked up 2 guns in a book bag. What the fuck? Like, what's going on? So now, along with arenas, which gives us that, team deathmatch kind of vibe, we also get our new legend, Valkyrie.
But before we get into Valkyrie, for arenas, they actually added 2 new maps.
Yes, they did. They did
Party
add 2 new
Crasher,
maps.
which is
Mhm.
Mirage's ship that crashed, and Phase Runner.
Which is I prefer Phase Runner when we play. I don't know. It has much more. I think I assume the map is bigger.
No, they're all relatively the same
Are they?
size. Phase Runner, I don't know if you
I just like the
knew
layout
this, but Phase Runner is
much
actually
more.
on Olympus.
Yeah.
But it's not in the Battle Royale map.
No, it was I was reading, I think it's like the prototype of when they
Yeah.
were creating the
Yeah.
that
The little,
tube.
which is, fun fact, those little tubes, and what happened to Olympus was caused by them trying to replicate what happened to Wraith. They wanted her teleporting to be on a bigger scale.
That's wild. That's what we have to
Yeah,
do.
so they added 2 new maps,
want a video
and they also took maps from each of them, Kings Canyon, World's Edge, and Olympus, a little part of them, added them into arenas. It's really interesting because I love the fact that it's not just you fight in that area and that's it. The circle closes, so it forces
same
you
thing as Battle Royale, the same
get
kind of rules.
into close face with each other, and it's awesome. I like it. One thing I don't like is how people tend to want to fight from long range, and it can be a good thing if your aim's good enough.
Yeah.
But even if your aim's good enough, if that person knows how to path right, you're gonna get rushed. You're gonna get wrecked if you have that sniper.
Just path our way to them.
Yeah, because instead you have so limited resources, you're putting all your money to get that sniper and get that sniper souped up. We're gonna run in your face. You're gonna have a Mozambique. We're gonna have Spitfires, R99s, R301s, flatlines. You're gonna get fucked.
For real. EVAs and all that. We'll just,
so it's like, I don't know. It gets a little disappointing because that's all people do. Is fight from long range.
Yeah, most of the time, our experience with arenas, most people like to fight from a distance.
And it's just like,
and the people that do like to fight up close know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, but that makes the matches so fun because we'll be going back and forth because we're both rushing each other, and it's just like that one little mistake, everyone takes advantage of it. But it's just like long range fights. You don't understand how many matches we won and it were boring because the other team just wanted to snipe.
Yeah, and the moment we got in their face, they couldn't do anything because all they had was snipers and P2020s.
And Mozambiques, and it's just like Mozambique is alright now because it has a higher mag. Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
we'll get into that. Let's go into Valkyrie.
But with that being said, too, one thing I want to like really put out there is when we're talking about the people we face and all that stuff. For those watching, people have different skill levels. So, I mentioned the P2020. I talk about it as if it's a bad weapon. But obviously, if you're an Apex Predator, it doesn't matter what weapon you have in your hand. But we're not Apex Predators, so...
But the P2020 is still bad.
Yeah. Give it that hop up again and maybe... All right, so let's go to Valkyrie. Valkyrie, our newest legend.
Please, we apologize if we say any names wrong.
Yeah.
Valkyrie, her name is Kairi Amahara. Kairi Amahara. She's actually the daughter of an Apex Predator, Viper. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Viper was like the predator among predators. He was literally out of that whole group of Apex Predators, he was the best.
Interesting. I haven't looked into lore too much.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into lore too much. I've just
you fight him in Titanfall 2. You beat him in Titanfall 2.
That's right. Yeah, man, it's been so long. Titanfall 2.
You fight him and you kill him in Titanfall 2. Which would be very interesting.
If you brought the main character into Apex
Cooper,
Legends.
They brought Cooper to Apex.
And then she has to face
interactions between them. But that's the weird thing because she doesn't blame Cooper. She blames Blisk.
That's interesting.
But
he'd be way older too.
He'd be a little younger than Blisk,
right? Well, compared to Valkyrie.
Oh yes. Yeah, she would be older. Yes, he would definitely because you saw she was a child during that time. And yeah, Cooper should be a little younger than Blisk.
Yeah.
So like Blisk is in his 50s, I think now, or 60s, one of the two. So he should be in his like 40s.
Okay.
Which is age. They should be able to add him. Age shouldn't be a problem. Fuse is 52 years old.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So hopefully we get him. But let's talk about her kit, man. Her jets, her jetpacks. Just
she has Viper on her back, right? That was the name of. No, it was the North Star.
Yeah.
She has North Star on her back.
Yeah, man. Those jets change. You know how many fights, man, I could have a Valkyrie done, and then those jetpacks save them.
And guess who made it? Rampart.
Of course she did. Of course Rampart made that.
And in fact, in the comic book, when you read it in the game, when she pulls up, everyone's like, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
Rampart's the only one like, "Nah, she's cool. She's cool.
She's cool people." I made her jetpacks. But yeah, her jets are crazy. I mean, good thing the good balance to it is you can't shoot while you're using them.
Yeah. I used to think she was wasn't that great. I just think she was okay. But the more I play her and the more I see people play her, the more I realize if you know movement with her, she is hard to kill.
Yeah, it's almost like that.
But it's just like at the same time, you got to be good with her.
Yeah.
Because if you're not good with her, you're going to get beamed.
Yeah.
You don't understand how many Valkyries I've shot out of the sky since her release.
Oh, you hear the dog.
Because they don't know how to maneuver with her.
Yeah.
Her rockets, though, are... It's another thing I'm iffy about.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit all of them, you're not going anywhere. They're not moving. They're literally not moving at all. But it's just like you gotta hit them.
Yes, absolutely. You gotta hit them,
and the most broken part of her kit, her ult.
Yeah. No, well, you know what it's saying? Her ult. I wouldn't say it's broken. Her ult I think is pretty cool and the only reason why I don't say it's broken is because I would say as of right now we dabble with ranked, so we don't really know our true ranks yet. As of right now, I would say we're about average, right? We're about the average player.
Yeah.
And we shoot some Valkyries out of the sky when they're trying to leave. So it's like
barely though. And I'd say barely, that's us barely, and I say this watching some high-ranking people play, and you don't understand the amount of times a Valkyrie would do something stupid, something that 100% punishable, but because she has her ult and her team just gone.
Yeah, that's the only issue with her is that she can get away from being punished when she makes stupid mistakes.
It's that her character rewards bad plays.
Yeah, because you can get out of it so easily.
Yeah, and I don't like that. Even not only her ult, but her jetpack. It rewards bad plays. You don't understand how many times I've seen, and me personally too, have done a bad rush, and was able to get out of it just because of her kit.
Yeah, like
and it's just like I should have any other legend, I would have gotten deleted, punished for that dumb mistake. But because I was playing Valkyrie, I got away.
No, I feel you. And then on top of that, with her kit, if you're using her ability, her missile swarm. I know I finished my coffee too. I'm so upset. Her ability is stuns. It's like a McCree stun in Overwatch. Like it's a complete. You're just exposed. You get hit by that, you're exposed, and you can't move.
But I feel like that's the weakest part of her kit because one, it doesn't hit all the rockets depending on the range.
Yeah, you have
to be pretty close. Two, you can't have anything over you.
Yeah, because
it won't even let you shoot it sometimes because there's stuff over you.
Is that my coffee?
Yes.
I am so excited to have more coffee.
But yeah, it's just like I do agree it stuns you for too long. The stun itself, I don't think it's bad. I think the stun just lasts a little too long.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like that's the weakest part of her kit is her stun.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Overall, definitely the weakest part because the jetpacks alone and the ult to get away, it's just it's easy. And even the ult to let's say you're in that final 4 squads left, small ring. You ult up real quick.
You're in the air while
you're in the air.
Fighting.
You see where everyone is.
And not only that, everyone's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're like, oh, cool. Okay, they're attacking us, so let's shoot in the air. Then they'll start fighting each other.
And then we third party it, and so it's like yeah. It gives. I'm pretty sure we'll definitely see some changes to her without a doubt.
Describe it pretty well. I think it was Imperial Hal. I'm not too sure if it was him. I don't remember. But he was saying how he's not a big fan of Valkyrie because she's a crutch character like Gibby.
I feel you.
And I was like, wow, that is the perfect way to put it. She is 100% a crutch character. That character where you need to get out of jail free card. She's right there like Gibby. Oh, you did a bad push. Gibby just throws his shield on you. Bam. Yeah. You have a chance to get away. Same thing with her. And it's just like, which is funny now that I think about it. You think they would nerf Gibby?
No, I think Gibby's in a good place. I don't think. I mean,
he's really a
that's the thing, though. I think he's a good. just like with other games, let's say like Overwatch, for
Uh-huh.
example, I feel like it just comes down to the player's skill. You know,
But
the person's
You
only
should take that
broken.
into account when making your game balance.
But yeah, because it's just hard. It's hard to make a. I don't mean I don't make games, so you know you take this with a grain of salt. But I imagine it's hard to make a character balance for both the casual player and for the pro.
100%. That's why if you see these games, whenever they're doing their updates, it's always one-sided. It's either for the casual or for the
pro.
competitive.
Yeah.
And like a game like Call of Duty, which does their patches for casual people, and you got a game like Apex that tries to do it more for the competitive style. But it's just like a game like Apex, you do want casual players to have fun and be able to do things.
Because like if
So-
say if you have the casual we're
Which
playing
is-
a match with everyone at our level.
And I have something great. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, go for it.
And it leads us to our next topic.
No, go
Something
for it.
that
It's
shows
perfect.
that. The bow check bow
Okay.
is a big thing that shows that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Valkyrie is also she can scan.
Oh yeah, she can see the next circle. She can do surveys. I forgot about that. And the bow check bow.
Yes,
That is a weapon. If you are a pro, you will delete people.
Mm-hmm.
But casual players, low rank casual players, don't want it nerfed.
It is very true because I cannot use that bow to save my life.
I think that bow needs to be nerfed.
Which I agree because when I do watch the higher tier players use the bow, it's unstoppable. 3-4 shots, you're taking somebody out completely.
Which, speaking of nerf, it was.
Yes.
They
It was. They gave us
reduced
a
its
little-
damage, reduced its pullback rate, and its fire rate.
And that's with the hop up.
Yes, they
Yeah, so
they reduced both the,
bow,
hop up
let's
and without
explain the
hop
bow
up.
real quick. The
Yes.
bow, you get 2 hop ups on it. The first
Hop
one,
hops.
hop ups. The first hop up pretty much makes it a shotgun. Shatter caps makes it pretty much shotgun. You shoot like a little burst arrow thing. And then the second one was Deadeye's Tempo.
Yes, Deadeye's Tempo, which is
And-
also for the Sentinel, and Shatter Caps is also for the 30-30 repeater.
Yes, which we've heard. I haven't
Which,
tested it. but
yeah, people have recently started to
Yeah.
use it, and apparently it's really good. I haven't used it myself, though.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Deadeye's Tempo, just if you're pulling your trigger at the right time, you're
Which
just
is
increasing your
very easy to pull the
speed,
trigger at
and
the
it's
right
just
time.
like a perfect boom, 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 just shooting arrows,
So
and it's insane.
I don't think I've seen anyone react to the changes yet, but before the changes, the bow was being considered, and like 100% agree, just a better wingman. It was just a better wingman, had better range, and it has more
But
damage, melts people.
I think the wingman you can take at a close range fight better than the bow.
Not if you have good aim.
Yeah, I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, I've seen people snap with that bow, and it's just like at least with the wingman, it takes 2 shots when they have health. The bow takes 1,
Yeah.
3 shots, and they're dead. And it's just like it's a lot easier to hit headshots with the bow than it is with the wingman.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
Yeah, they definitely shoot the same. Very similar.
On top of that, with the wingman, with the bow, you can get the 1 times, the 2 times, the 1 to 2 times variable, and the 3 times. That 3 times.
3 times is
Whew.
stupid.
My gosh.
Like it's so broken.
Like-
It's insane. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's.
But the nerf helped. I think the nerf helped.
The nerf helped a little bit. The bow is definitely not as broken, though I do think it still outclasses some of the semi-auto weapons,
Yeah.
like the Hemlock, the 30-30.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably see it in
Possibly
our
even
supply
the
drop
wingman.
rotation.
Though I do want to use the wingman more because it'll probably help me get my aim better.
Yeah.
Wingman's a meta weapon, and it's just like I find myself not using it, and I feel like that's so bad.
Yeah. That's funny. I find myself picking up a Spitfire. If I have a wingman in my hand, I quickly give it up for a Spitfire. I guess it's just because
Speaking of the
Spitfire
Spitfire,
is broken. Yeah, let's go on to the next
yes.
weapon. So we spoke about
Well, before we even go into the next weapon, let's go on to the
Mhm.
next thing. A little bit of changes to Olympus. A ship landed that had some parasite.
oh yeah,
Changed the environment, just the look of it.
and then they
little
added
bit.
that other ship.
And the ship landed, and that has a little cargo bay though. Do not think that cargo is worth it.
Yeah, it's very. Once in a while, you'll find gold armor, but it's
more
like,
of that. If you find it, but don't go out of your way to look for it.
yeah,
Though pros would say that about anything. We're not pros.
yeah. This is true. But,
According to pros, you don't even need attachments. But
yeah,
you
right.
know.
You just pick up a P2020 and get into the fight.
But yeah, not much to say about that. I feel like that is more lore.
Yeah, it's definitely more lore because I mean, the only benefit to the gold armor is just you heal quicker.
But even then, it's not guaranteed. One time we went in there, it was all useless purples, extended sniper mags
that we had on us already,
shotgun like bolts, like it was useless Phoenix kits, and it's just like we went in there once and literally grabbed nothing. We went in and walked out because the loot was that bad.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just intended for the beginning.
I feel like the loot on the outside is better.
Yeah, it's intended for the beginning. You want to have the jump on the other teams in the beginning in that first round. That is probably beneficial, but afterward, the gold later on the red armor just I feel like works way better. But yeah, Olympus.
Yeah,
big changes.
It's debatable. I do think it's weird because red armor is good.
It takes more damage but requires more to heal.
But that gold armor sometimes comes in super
because you
clutch.
use one cell and that's it. You got 2 bars of shields up.
Super clutch sometimes.
Let's start with this is a big change that I wanna mention because we're speaking of armor and stuff.
Yes.
Our starting kit, man. We're not naked jumping into the fight anymore. We have armor, we have a helmet, we have a knockdown shield, a couple cells, couple syringes, no book bag, which I swear up and down I could have swore they mentioned they were gonna give us a book bag, but then it doesn't make sense. It's like, why, if you already have slots of space you can pick stuff up. Well, yeah, this was clutch. This is clutch for that. For you to stand a chance in the beginning. And
helmets and knockdown shields, the white ones, should not be a part of the loot pool.
I agree, which I thought they weren't going to be. But apparently they still are, because why would you have a white helmet or a white knockdown shield in the loot pool when you start with it? You can't even pick it up if you already have one.
Yeah. And we're still finding white helmets.
Yeah, it's like
white knockdown shields. Unless they were supposed to get away. Maybe something happened and it's still in there and they don't realize
they have to update it still. They're probably still working on it.
I'm opening a thing and I'm finding a white knockdown shield and a white helmet in the same thing. And it's just like, I can't. There's no point in switching them out because it's not like they break or anything. Yeah. And it just doesn't make sense why they pop up if we already have it. White armor, I understand, because you want an armor swap.
Yeah, for shield swap. So
it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
And that whole lowered the respawn rate of them, I feel like they still come up mad often.
So much. And then we'll hit areas where we won't even find weapons, just straight ammo.
Don't get me started on that. There was one time I landed. What map was it? Let me remember. I think it was World's Edge. We landed in Skyhook. I searched 3 buildings. And not a single weapon were in them.
Yeah. Do you go through that? Tell us if you do.
Why is it that I am searching 3 buildings? Granted, maybe one of them, you or another teammate maybe have grabbed the one weapon in there. But it's like still 3 buildings and I didn't find a single weapon. All I'm finding is ammo and healing stuff, grenades.
That's the best when I find
white
like
knockdown
6
shields
grenades.
and white helmets.
I think we had a situation like that the other day. You and our random teammate got into a fight. I couldn't find a single weapon, but I had 5 arc stars.
Like, what?
So I was able to get into the fight a little bit and help you guys, but yeah, it's terrible. Hopefully,
look,
I'm pretty sure we'll see a fix. Because according to them, we'll have the link in the bio where we're literally just going through EA's website, through their patch notes.
Look, it says they're removing level 1 knockdown helmets and shields
Yeah.
from the ground.
I,
These seem to be least exciting meaningful equipment we had. Like, but why do I still feel like we see them?
we do. We definitely do. Without a doubt, we definitely do.
Unless maybe someone switched it out.
Yeah, but
And
if
we're
they
seeing
switched it,
something
if they
someone
switched,
drops?
no, because I've definitely opened brand new things.
Yeah,
and
it's weird.
I've seen white helmets before. All right, emotes. We can now emote.
I love the anti-peak. I thought that was a genius.
Yes,
idea.
the anti-peak is genius. Is genius. Cause what is it? The biggest. Oh my God, Overwatch. When Overwatch, if any of you have played Overwatch or know Overwatch, the character Junkrat has an emote to where he can lay down. Such a broken emote because he literally can lay down and hide and see everything.
The friend. is such a troll.
Everything. It's so broken. It's like it doesn't even make sense when you
I wouldn't
think
say
about
it's
it.
broken. It's funny.
It's broken. It depending on the character, because of the character, it's someone that
You could barely see.
you can barely see and does more damage in the face. It's like the closer he is to you. So it's like yeah. I had to mention because we talked about that, and it's like it goes to show the difference. Because think about doing that in if Overwatch did that in a competitive game, the fact that they can even do that, and in Apex you can't. You can't use your emote to try to view around a corner. You know, because there's plenty of emotes I'm pretty sure you can use in Overwatch that you can use to your advantage. You know, to be able to see or hide yourself.
They do it all the time. I've seen them use emotes to peek around corners.
Yeah, so it's like this really gives you that you need to be aware. You can't use your emote to kind of be your eyes for you. Like, yeah, I like that. It was a good play. Always, but I do. Usually when I play, I forget that we even have emotes. But
I have Octane's legendary one.
And then we got a couple. Yeah, and then we got a couple of changes to our characters.
But we also got the battle pass. Two new skins.
Oh, yes.
Wraith and Rampart. A few skydiving emotes. You know, skins. The colors of the weapon skins and stuff. They're pretty cool. I do enjoy them. I love the loading screen things you get. They look awesome. I love the art of the ones they have.
Yes,
for this season.
they do. They're amazing.
They're really dope.
They're amazing, and that's another cool thing about this game. You know, if you're playing a game for so long, I can imagine staring at the same loading screen for years and years and years.
And it's like now you have the choice.
Everything from the music you're hearing in the background to the loading screen you're looking at.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that they did that. Though it makes me wonder how much it takes to do that. And see
how much work they have to put in to do all that. And it's like, could you
something else?
Something more useful or productive.
But like we said earlier, we don't make games, so we don't know. For all we know, it was literally that did nothing. And it's mad easy.
Did it with their eyes closed.
Did it with their eyes closed. There we go. We made it. It's finished.
Big change on a couple legends.
Yes, low profile was removed.
I won't lie, and for those, this is the one thing I can see people commenting on. I never knew that even existed.
Granted, it was the 3 Heat Legends he doesn't really play.
Yes, I don't play Wraith. Now I play Wraith.
Yeah, now.
But in the beginning, I didn't play Wraith.
Lifeline or Watson.
Yeah. And Lifeline I play now just because sometimes I don't know who to play. And I just play Lifeline and I like
Yeah, sometimes he forgets that you can, just tap square.
Yo, all the time. Remember that first time I played him? I started punching at her. I'm sorry. The first time I played her, I started punching at because you guys were like, just tap. And I'm like, tap what?
Nothing beats, bro. Just tap me.
That's why I punched him.
No, I forgot. What was it? Oh, no. I kept telling you, yo, just tap me. And you're in the fight. And then you stop and you stand there. I'm like, bro, just tap me. And you're still standing there. I'm like, yo, just tap me. And you're like, oh, I forgot I could do that. Like, yo, what?
That's what happens when you don't play people. You play someone you never play. Oh, man. But, yeah, it's a good change. for those that do main the characters, now you can definitely stand a better chance. What was that, 5%? It's
Yes,
huge.
that's
It's
yes.
huge. It's huge. 5% damage increase now gone.
Yeah, and the only reason why they took it out though was because they did some changes to Raid's hitbox to make it more consistent. I think, or was it bigger? I forgot what it is. I think it was more consistent.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But speaking of Lifeline, she no longer has the shield
Which
when reviving.
I felt the shield hurt more than helped her, because there are mad times where a lifeline would used to heal someone and the shield would go up and they'd get fucked because I just start tossing grenades.
You know what's funny? When in my experience, I can say the opposite.
Really?
When I would be ready to, I would have lifelines use that to save the person. Like, I'm ready to kill the person that's down. I break their shield, and right when I'm gonna put those last couple bullets into them, she just throws that shit up and saves them. And
Really? Yeah, the moment I see that shield go up, I just start tossing grenades, and the grenades don't go through it. So the moment you throw it on the other side, it bounces off the wall, it bounces off the shield and drop right in front of them. So it was like I used to just start tossing shit.
Yeah.
At one point, they got completely fucked because they went to go res, and I threw 2 arc stars, and they stuck themselves in a corner.
Oh, and the arc star, that stun is stupid.
Yeah, especially
That's
before,
stun.
yeah, because they didn't. It was before the stun,
Yeah.
the nerf to the stun, so they didn't go anywhere. I took out my triple take, sniped, and hit both of them in one shot.
Nice.
Like, it was
Thank
stupid.
God. But it's what's funny is I wouldn't even say this is a nerf, because if you're playing, speaking of like playing in the competitive yeah,
you shouldn't even be healing
space.
someone in a space where you need the shield.
But not even that. The fact that you can cancel it and the person can, if you're playing competitively, you're communicating.
Yeah,
So if you're communicating, you can communicate. So when
he's gonna
stop
kill me.
healing
Stop
me,
and then shield up.
and I gotta
Throw
use
down.
my shield.
Pick up the knockdown shield. Yeah.
So it's not bad. I think it was a much needed change.
I like all these changes.
It made it almost like you guaranteed the revive because of that shield in certain circumstances.
Yeah, honestly, I like all the changes they did to her. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like it was really good. It didn't make her too OP. It just made her really good. It was just, it was nice. It seemed more of quality of life changes, really.
Yeah, and because with that and with your revive not having a shield now, they also made your healing drone take longer to come out, right?
They reduced it.
Let me read it.
They reduced it.
Deployment
It
time.
comes out faster and heals more.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So you have that balance. You have that. We took a bit from the res, but when you're
Yeah.
just healing yourself,
And now your
Comes
care
in more
package
clutch.
guarantees an upgrade,
which is spectacular.
a balance to it. It's for everyone.
Yes, because
So
we had.
if
Go
we
ahead.
both have purple armor and our third teammate has white, blue armor.
That's literally
come
what
out.
happened to us the last time I played
Yep.
Lifeline.
Blue
We
armor. will
walked
come
by
out.
so much blue armor, and our teammate never picked it up. Pinging it, never picked it up. And then I throw my package, and in midway of it coming down, I look over like at him, and I'm like, crap.
Yep. And it gives you blue armor.
Like it's gonna.
I
drop
noticed
blue.
that.
Yeah. So man, if he would have had blue armor, it would have at least dropped a
Purple.
purple,
Mhm.
and
Or-
then if he would have had purple, it would have probably dropped a gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. It doesn't make her all useless when you're at the later parts of the game.
Yeah.
Because one thing I didn't know too, which reading through these patch notes, I come to realize the packages have dropped around throughout the game, depending on where you are during the game, which round, depends on what's gonna drop inside.
Yes.
So, of course you need better shit toward the end.
Yeah.
Imagine getting just level blue shields when
That's
you're
what-
in the last
that's what used
round
to
and you got
happen.
4 squads around you.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what used to happen.
yeah.
You used to drop that, call it down, and you used to be completely useless. Look through all the, you just grab the cells that are there.
Although at the pro level, it don't matter what shield you're wearing. You swap a red for a blue, and you probably still win that fight.
Yeah.
But for us, we knew these things are needed.
I think she jumped on the bed.
Oh, yeah, I have our dog right outside, making so much noise. Brat. Octane got some what'd you call it? Nerfs?
Yes.
Nerf? Buff?
No.
Balance?
Changes. Some buffs, some nerfs. It's weird. Honestly, don't think it did too much to him.
Yeah, his stim. He now can every second throw it on. But you know, if you want to kill,
it takes 20 HP damage, and you can't not die from using his stim. You'll never die from using his stim.
Really?
So even if you're one shot, your health will go up before you're even able to use it. You'll never die from using a stim. They made sure, because I would imagine that you see your Octane running and then just ding, dead because he stimmed himself.
I'm assuming you tried it.
But yeah, honestly, this probably hurt lower level.
Did you try it?
What?
You tried it?
Yeah, I went to the firing range and I tested it. Yeah, I was curious.
He was like, I need to see.
Obviously, I have to know if I'm gonna try and main him. I have to know if his stim can kill him.
True. True.
Yeah. So I tested that, and it doesn't. Though I don't think these changes change much at high level play, because high level play, you want to be cautious when you use it, because you don't want to use it. Your armor gets ripped, and now you're even at an even lower health.
Yeah.
So you want to be careful with it. Though I think the next one is a nerf, the increased bullet spread while you're in the air. That is a nerf, which I kind of like. But
I do like too, and only because of my experiences with that.
But at the same time, as I'm getting better, I kind of don't.
Because now when you try to pull it off.
Now because I rip through people who are using Octane's pad. And they can't do shit
and they can't
to
do
me.
Shit against you, yeah.
Because the bullet spread is high. So now if you're at a good distance, you barely get hit. But my bullet spread is the same. So as you're jumping, I'm just going to melt you. But it's just like at the same time, that launch pad saved you.
You know how often, and this is why I agree with this, how often I would be in a fight and all the Octane would do is jump on his pad and like so fast. And like, you know, I'm obviously not just fighting him. Got a whole team there. Yeah. So he launches in the air, and a lot of times I could be wrong in my decision making, but a lot of times, let's say if they jump, boom, and I have another teammate in my sight or another enemy in my sight, the moment he leaves my sight, I'm like, fuck it, I could straight see this guy, I'm gonna go for that guy, but next thing you know, that Octane is on top of me.
Yeah, shooting at you,
just deleting me.
You have to, one thing you have to really think about, especially at our level of play, that's more often than not, that's what the Octane is doing, jumping over you. Yeah. Because this is something I started to do less because I started to realize it. You don't want to jump right on top of people as Octane. You want to kind of overshoot it a little bit. But you also have to be careful when you're doing it. But yeah, if you see the Octane, just look up.
Yeah.
They're probably going over you. Or right on top of you.
But it's a cool change.
It's a cool change. I can see that that hurts a lot more of the higher levels of play, because most people at lower levels aren't even going to be shooting while using this pad. They're going to be running away.
Yeah. Loba.
Loba's a very controversial legend.
Loba, but the change to her
Burglar's best friend. Her ring.
Yeah.
Her translocator.
Her translocator, yes. I've played her a handful of times prior and then now, and as someone who barely plays her, I notice a difference, and it's awesome.
It is amazing. Though, I want that fix the bugs of it tossing to fail. I want to know what requirements are for it to fail, because ever since they added that, I've seen Lobos go far now, like 400 meters.
Yeah. I've seen. It's funny that you say that, because I remember watching a match, and they had some fast people. I think it was a Bloodhound, an Octane, and a Loba. And Loba was just right there next to them. I think the blood they were chasing someone down. The Bloodhound ulted and everything, so him and the Octane were zooming, and the Loba's right next to them, just because she can use that to stay where they are.
Yeah, it goes far, but I do agree. I do like the being able to move, aim at full speed. Like, it doesn't reduce your speed anymore while using it, because
I mean, when you look at other characters and their abilities, that kind of work the same. Yeah, like Octane, he doesn't slow down when throwing his pad. He literally just tosses it as he's running. and keeps
And it's
going.
like it helps, especially for how lackluster her ult is.
Yeah, and her ult can obviously. I'm pretty sure many people argue what's the perfect way to use her ult.
I honestly see it's either to armor swap or if you need ammo. That's about it, honestly.
Yeah, or
Like,
if you're in that beginning phase
and you wanna
where
just
you
grab the
desperately
loot,
need
yeah.
shit because you got 3 teams around you.
Or it's the end of the map, end of the circle, and it's like you guys you can't go out of the circle to grab stuff, so you want to just throw it down.
You can't leave the building.
But
you're
even
in.
then, it's a questionable decision. It's just like even then you kind of don't
You're
want
so
that moment of
exposed.
distraction.
Mhm.
That moment of distraction. I think that's the biggest thing right there. Especially since the fact that it tells you when you use your ult. So if you're in that last moment and that enemy team hears that level ult, they're going in. And
Well,
it's just
you know, but I think
You can
that's
also use it
I
as a
think
distraction.
I think that's our level of play though, because when I watch, well, at least when I watch streamers play and I see them against Lobas, in the scenario we just spoke about, like end of the map, each team's in a different building.
Yeah.
You know, you're just waiting it out. You throw that Loba ult in there, and I've noticed a lot of times they will leave it because they know they're only throwing that Loba ult out right now, not to directly start looking through it, but to use it later.
yeah.
You know, but then the benefit is it can get destroyed. You toss a couple grenades in the room or whatever, and you can.
I always forget that it can get destroyed.
Yeah,
It's
so-
because I never put it in a position. And I
for
never,
it to get
to be
destroyed.
honest, I never even use it in the middle of a fight. I don't think I ever use it in the middle of a fight. Because like I said, that moment of distraction, it's so much easier to look into a death box to grab something
because
than
there's
look
so
into her
much
ult.
more to
Yeah.
look through and to pass through just to swap
just
your
to grab
armor.
it, especially you have to go through that entire list of weapons in the top.
Yeah, and if you're in a high populated area,
Yeah.
you're gonna be scrolling. If they got every weapon in the game available, you're just gonna
Yeah.
be.
So it's like,
going.
yeah, so it makes sense they needed that because they increased the cooldown of her ult. Again, it doesn't matter. Her ult was lackluster anyways.
Yeah.
So,
But now one of the biggest changes, which it's, you know, I
Which
guess
is
we could
funny.
argue is a nerf.
these changes made me realize I was using her wrong prior. But continue.
But Horizon got her. Oh my God! I just hit the end of the table and your camera just went. But yeah, her gravity lift, Horizon's gravity lift, got the nerf. Reduced the lift speed by 30%. You don't move as much. So you're a much easier target.
And you can only stay up there for 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like so many people used to use it when I would I would watch pro play. They would just use it to literally heal up in the middle of a brawl.
Which you can still do. But the biggest problem was you can heal up and stay up there to do massive damage.
Yeah,
And you move so much you can barely hit the horizon up there.
it literally gave you the high ground.
Yeah,
They
it gave you
pulled
so
full
much-
Star Wars.
And
Like
I never used it like that. So these changes didn't really change much of my playstyle with Horizon. I use it as an escape, which is what they wanted. Use it as an escape or offensively to shoot your enemy out of cover.
yeah, it's like
Which
just
makes
to change
sense.
your
Because think
position.
about it. If that's what you wanted, because even in the trailer, that's how it was used. To get the enemy out of cover. That's what you want to do. You don't want it to be hard to hit the person.
Yeah, because
You need to be able to hit the person if that's what you're going to use it for. So it makes a lot of sense.
it does.
Oh, and now her abilities will get taken away by Watson's ult. I believe. Ult, yes.
By Watson's.
So
ult.
Watson's ult,
Really, I didn't notice
any
that.
throwables, it absorbs it. It gets rid of it. Grenades and stuff like that. And her things are considered throwables. Before they didn't take them away. Now they will. So now if you try to ult at a Watson, it'll eat your ult.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even. Wow.
Look, and it's funny because at the dev note, the last one, which is what we were speaking on, the gravity lift is less of a sniper tower.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was too much. But from what I've seen, she's still being played. So it was definitely a good balance change. What happened? What's going on? Oh man. Yeah, so let's go on to Fuse. Fuse, small change. They gave him an extra knuckle cluster. Reduced the cooldown.
Doesn't matter. He sucks.
Yeah,
Let's go
still
on.
hasn't changed them. Bangalore, that thick and smoke.
They nerfed her. They nerfed the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Because not only that they can smoke, but you can barely see people.
You know what's funny? When the patch first came out, when I tested it, it worked so well. I could literally see that shadow of a person in there. And then, I don't know, like a week later, I don't know.
Bro, it's just like, I feel like sometimes I'll throw it down on top of people and I still can't see them.
Yeah.
As Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like,
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
don't know.
sure
I feel like
that's
it's
just something
it was
they
a
have
nerf.
to continue working
Yeah,
on.
they have to fix it.
Yeah.
I feel like they nerfed her.
Bloodhound, which, oddly enough, I'm a Bloodhound main. I never even paid attention to this. Didn't even know he gained assist from using Eye of the Allfather, which is a dumb thing. Why would you gain an assist for
It
it?
makes
I don't know.
crypto useless.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
It made
Yeah.
his passive completely useless.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. I was like it's pretty dumb. So it was a good change. You shouldn't be getting an assist for not putting in as much work. And then crypto. Obviously now his thing can now scan care packages.
That second one.
Yeah, you can no longer use his drone to hijack respawn beacons.
Didn't know that was a thing. I am glad it has never been done to me.
Yeah, that sucks.
Imagine you pressing someone and someone comes and hacks that shit. Like, nope.
That sucks. So what happens to you? Yeah, I don't even think we were playing.
That's what I
heavily
mean.
while
I
this
need to know what it means by already in news. We were playing. This is the new Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we never
changed.
played as
crypto.
or
Yeah.
even had many
But
cryptos.
that already
that.
in use. Does that mean while it's dropped down or while you're rezzing someone?
You know, it had me think.
That was weird.
At first, I had the impression that you used to just be able to reuse a respawn.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's the impression I had.
But it says hijack.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then one big change, which we have a couple little changes to the weapons, but they're not. I don't think they're anything we have to necessarily get into. The biggest change is just the supply drop weapons. We have the Peacekeeper as a normal, the PK as a weapon that we find just dropped on the floor, and the triple take is now a supply weapon.
Yes.
So I think that was a good switch.
Though I don't think the triple take is strong enough to be in the supply
You don't
drop
think
right
so?
Now. No.
I mean, it definitely doesn't compare to the Kraber. The Kraber
It
dropping
doesn't compare
people
to the
one hit.
Kraber or the Prowler.
Yeah, the Prowler's awesome.
Like, at the end of the day, you can probably beat that triple take with a bow or a Sentinel.
You know what's funny that you say that? I'm expecting to see that triple take get put back, and I'm waiting to see that bow get put in.
But the problem is the triple take is too strong to not be in the supply thing.
Yeah, they would just have to nerf it.
That's the
and you don't wanna
problem.
nerf it to
Yeah,
the ground.
that's the only issue. It's too strong. It's not strong enough to be in the supply thing, but it's not strong enough. It's too strong to not be in it.
Yeah.
It's in a bad spot, the triple take right now. It's just like at the end of the day, you don't understand how many people I've seen give up the triple take, which is kind of dumb considering that you don't need to have ammo for it. You could just pick it up and have it.
Yeah.
I still think, in my opinion, I prefer it. Maybe it's because I used it a lot more over the Sentinel and the longbow. And that's because I used to love using the triple take
Yeah,
when it was outside. I got so used to the aiming that now I can barely aim with the other ones.
Right?
I so used to aim with the
Yo,
triple
me
take,
too.
yeah.
I'm terrible with the other snipers.
Fully kitted rotations. You can now find gold bows, gold, what is it? Wingman, R99,
yeah.
Sentinel, and Hemlock.
Yeah.
And they removed the 3030, R301, Longbow, Spitfire, and Mozambique. You can no longer find those in gold. Glad, so happy the Spitfire, gold Spitfire is gone. So happy the gold Spitfire is gone.
Because speaking of weapons, yeah, we weren't gonna get into all of them, but the Spitfire definitely still on that kind of overpowered area. Even though they did a slight nerf to the recoil, I don't think it changed much. I'm terrible with recoil and I'm terrible with aim, and I still melt people with the Spitfire.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So
that shows.
Yeah,
it shows a
of
lot.
course.
It shows a lot.
So we're just gonna go quickly through the weapons.
Yeah, because a lot of them got minor changes.
Not only that,
and they're weapons we don't use often to even.
We've been here for a little
it.
while. It's a little long video, way longer than we expected.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through it. If you prefer this way over how we did the rest of the video, let us know. If you prefer us going through it this quick.
Yes, or do you like the in between,
Yeah.
chatting?
So of course we got the two new hop-ups. Shattercaps, Deadice Tempo. Shattercaps turns it into shotgun rounds for the 30-30 and the bow check. Deadeye tempo lets you increases fire rate if you shoot at the right moment for the bow check and the sentinel, which I feel like that helped the sentinel a lot.
Yes.
Shattercaps 2 was a really good addition. They removed hammer point and skull piercer. Great, because I feel like that wingman with skull piercer.
Yeah, it was insane.
was nutty.
Insane.
Assault rifles headshot damage reduced. Good change. I feel like assault rifles were kind of ripping through people.
Yeah, flatline.
But they already did
1.
that for the hemlock. That changed, so they didn't reduce the hemlock even more. That was already done for the hemlock.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was good because I felt like the R301 was kind of outclassing a lot of the other guns. PK is all the changes they did to just make it a regular weapon. They removed they comes with the precision choke, reduced the damage by 1. The chamber the rechamber time was increased. I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it's charged up and you leave the sights.
Yeah. So really reload time was increased as well, which is good. Bullet spread was increased too, and it quickly loses charge after ADS. I do like the changes, though I don't think this is a Peacekeeper problem. I think it's a Mastiff problem. I think a Peacekeeper kind of just very slightly outclasses the Mastiff, only because the Mastiff is very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Sometimes you shoot and it'll do a lot of damage, and sometimes you do shoot again and it'll look like at least you aimed exactly how you did before in the person, and it'll do less damage.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I don't like that. It's so inconsistent. I think that's the only problem with the Mastiff. I feel like if they fix that, then they can really compete with each other.
Yeah.
Though it's funny, I've been using it a lot more. I feel like the EVA is better than both.
Yes, I agree. Just having that quicker fire rate, especially for like you're in arenas.
Moments, yeah, it's
like,
really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Triple take now crate, 9 weapon clip, 63 reserve ammo, fire rate increased by 0.1, charge time reduced by 0.1. It actually retains its charge now after you aim down the sights for a little bit. Movement speed while aiming down the sights was increased because it's a marksman weapon now.
Yeah,
so they did that with all marksman weapons.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. We were talking about that the other day. A sniper shouldn't be a weapon that you can just run around with like an assault rifle.
They increased the spread while airborne and aim down the sights. I don't know if they mean aim down the sights while airborne. It's kind of a weird way to word it. I don't know if they mean literally both separate.
Yeah.
I would have to look that up, and we'll try and comment and let you guys know if we find that answer. Havoc, recoil, easier to control. Good change. Doesn't put it on anything. That whole charging up.
Yeah.
Is kind of what hurts it, but
super hard. I picked that gun up and I've
but it only hurts it because the other guns are so strong.
Yeah.
Recoil pattern was for the Spitfire. It's harder to control. I think they need to make it even harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because even with that, it is too easy to control. It's a light
machine gun. Think about if you throw a little realistic aspect to it, a light machine gun should not
be easy to control.
Yeah,
that's why you have bipods and all of that.
They should at least increase recoil while moving, increase recoil while something.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
like because
seriously, recoil while moving. That's interesting. So you can. It's harder to aim while you're strafing.
Exactly, because it's
Makes
a light
sense.
machine gun.
Yeah. Spitfire's still very powerful.
Yeah, it's even with that little. I thought that was a big.
Played a game yesterday. I got altered on by Horizon. Got pulled into it. The Horizon used her ability to jump away and everything, and during that entire time, I didn't stop shooting, and I murked her.
Look at that. So that's a situation where you should have lost.
It was a situation that if I had any other gun, halfway through I would have been reloading. The fact that I was able to melt him so easily, and have such a big clip, is just bad.
Yeah.
30-30 repeater. Leg damage increased.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That's interesting.
I thought it was different. I guess it's so now you don't have to put all your focus to the body and the head. You can just shoot the person.
In my opinion, you shouldn't even be aiming for the legs.
Yeah, but it's just I guess it's on that off chance you do you know.
Or you see someone's feet.
Right?
Like, pew!
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. If I don't see your body, I just see your leg.
Movement speed while aiming has been increased again. That's all.
For the G7 Scout,
so
yeah.
the rest of the marksman rifles, not even gonna mention that because that's was changed for all of them. I feel like the best part of the 3030 repeater was shatter caps.
Yeah.
Same thing with G7 Scout. One thing that interests me is hip fire spread reduced.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that change and it helps a lot.
Really, I
Yes.
use it. I could honestly say I don't use it like that because most of the time,
Your aim is bad.
well, most of the time I just have a completely different light weapon,
true.
and if I do have a single shot weapon, it's probably a wingman or it's probably I usually never have the Scout.
Which I feel like this helps. Which is, I don't know if they purposely did this because I do feel like I've been finding R301s a lot less. And the G7 Scout, I feel like, was getting outclassed by the R99 and the alternator.
Yes, I used to. It's funny that you say that because I used to literally switch the Scout out for the alternator.
Yeah, so I feel like that was a good change. I feel like now it can kind of keep up at close range.
It definitely can because I had a match where I had a moment where I had like those really good aim moments. Melted through them with the Scout. It was insane.
I feel like that was a good change. That was a really good change. Though I do not think it puts it up on the level of the rest of the marksman rifles. I feel like it is definitely the weaker one. Longbow headshot damage increased.
Yeah. 0.15.
It was a nerf because you increase the headshot damage by 0.15, but you remove skull piercer. The gun, it's trash now.
Yeah.
I don't like the longbow. I prefer longbow with skull piercer.
Yeah.
Though I think wingman with skull piercer was too much.
Yeah.
I feel like this change now was really good, because it took out skull piercer from the wingman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that just hurt the longbow.
Yeah.
Mozambique. 2 pellets. The spread was reduced for 2 of the pellets and increased magazine size,
which is clutch.
I feel like it helps so much.
You're not reloading every 0.5 seconds. It's amazing. It's amazing.
And I just read the developer note. Now it helps you if you only find a Mozambique. You don't have to worry so much.
Yeah, it's true. We were talking about that earlier. Not finding any weapons in your area,
especially now that you can't have hammer point.
Yeah. So it gives you something.
P2020 increased damage, lowered the fire rate. Lower fire rate sounds like a nerf, but it helps aim.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that. With guns like that, lower fire rate kind of helps aim. If aiming wasn't an issue, it hurts.
Yeah.
But P2020, feel like still, if you find any other gun, switch it out.
Yo, for real.
Arc Star was nerfed. The initial stun was taken out, which I feel like it's a good change because it also helps the fact that Valkyrie is now in here. Yeah. So imagine you throw an Arc Star and Valkyrie. You're not going anywhere.
You'll probably actually get down.
Yeah, you'll probably die.
You'll probably actually get down.
Yeah. Everything else was just quality of life changes.
Which there's one that I want to mention because when I saw where they got the idea from, it made me appreciate this company so much more. Well, I mean, I don't know much about it personally, but this made me appreciate. I appreciated this. The badge categories. That was the players' idea. That was people asking them
for what?
To categorize the badges.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. But that's a really good change. Really
Super
good change.
good.
So easy to
Yeah,
see
you're
stuff.
not just scouring and scrolling through all these different randomized badges.
I don't know if you noticed this change. You can now see the health boxes while in loot boxes.
Yes.
The health and while in loot boxes.
So now you'll know
again
who
if your
needs
teammate's getting attacked
Mm-hmm.
while you're in the middle of a loot box. Favorite category. I felt like
bumping the music. Mm-hmm.
The favorites category was cool, though I felt was unnecessary. I feel like they should have found a way for you to see the challenges in the loading screens over that, because there are times where I need to play certain characters and I don't know them, and I'm in the character picking screen and I'm like, shit, what was the characters I had to play again?
Right, it'd be cool on the top left to just give you like a little.
Yeah, like. Even if it's, you cannot change these. These are the only challenges you can see.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Even if it's only legend challenges you can see. At least it's like, because I don't find myself looking at the challenges in the middle of a match.
Yeah, for real. You don't
have the time.
If this game's all about movement, you don't have time to stop there and just stare at your challenges.
One thing I noticed, though, never put 2 and 2 together that they did this. They removed the pathing for the flight when you're jumping in. They no longer have edge pathing. You can know the path of the plane is no longer on the edges of the map.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Thank God. I hated that. We would be all the way at the corner of the map, and I'm like, so this is gonna be a 3-minute map because we're all gonna drop in the same place and we're
so
just
it's like-
all gonna die. Like,
Update. Ring 4 shrink time reduced.
yeah, they
Shrink time reduced for Ring 4, and the speed in which it shrinks was reduced for 4 and 5.
gives everybody a little time though.
And the same thing with the
to
Ring
run
6. Ring 6. I feel like the rounds last too long
Yeah, I think they do too.
for the earlier rounds.
Yes. The
Because
first
of
round,
how
it makes sense. Well, we're like, yo, why are half the teams dead within
Yes.
the first round?
Only not even because of that, but mainly because of how long you can last outside of the ring in those rounds.
Yeah, you could literally just stand there
Yeah.
in the ring, just still grabbing
Yeah.
stuff as long as you have a
So
couple
because of that,
syringes.
I do think the earlier ring times are a bit long.
You honestly should get punished for staying in the ring.
for too long.
Yeah, for too. Yeah,
In the
Because think
beginning-
about
in
it.
the beginning, I can understand being able to stay in the ring for a little while because the ring needs to get stronger as the rounds get reduced.
but think about how I don't know. If the ring is supposed to be like the no play zone, you know what I mean? So it's like you shouldn't, especially in like round, I'll say 2 and 3, you could still survive a little bit. Like you shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't be able to stay at the in the ring, waiting for and just
Yeah.
catching people while you're just in the ring at the consistently healing up. Because man, I've caught myself during matches. Like I actually tested myself once. It was a little bit of a throwing thing, but I wanted to see like how much resources can you really carry. If you're just carrying just straight ammo and syringes and you're just staying at the ring, like
But would still be kind of dumb because you need cells.
yeah, it's
mats.
dumb, it's lazy, it's stupid, but people do it. People do weird shit, you know,
Yeah, you
and
don't
it's
understand
like-
how many people we've seen just come out from the ring.
from the ring, and it'll
we're
be like round 5, and you're like, what the
"Where-
fuck are
what
you doing in there? Yeah, you're like, I don't know. But this is Apex. This is our new binge. It'll probably be our binge for a little bit until we get some other crazy multiplayer game. We're not
Until
really
they
big.
fix Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch was our other one, but let's not talk about it. But thank you all for listening. If you like the video and if you guys want to see some more gaming content, please let us know. Comment down below. What's your favorite change to season 9?
Yeah, season 9.
Yes.
I also am curious if you guys would want some lore videos and we can talk about more
Yes,
lore in video games
yes.
instead of the actual game itself. If you have any suggestions on what we can add, what we can do better, please let us know.
yes. Opinion.
Yes.
That's what the comment section is for.
Yes.
So comment, subscribe, like, dislike if you don't like it, and we'll see you all on the next one.